Before you go spend $20 on a domain, just stop for a second. A lot of beginners spend extra money and hours dealing with DNS settings that don't need to exist in the first place. With Squarespace, you can claim a custom domain free for your first year and have it connected automatically in just minutes. So let me show you how to do it the right way. The moment someone mentions name servers or A records, things start sounding pretty complicated. And for beginners, that's usually where problems begin. Connecting a third-party domain is one of the biggest reasons new sites get delayed or abandoned altogether. One small mistake can break the connection and suddenly your site just isn't loading. Buying your domain separately is like ordering a desk that arrives in pieces. You have everything you need, but you're responsible for putting it together correctly. So Squarespace takes a different approach because the domain, hosting, and builder are bundled together. The connection happens automatically in the background. It's more like setting down a desk that's already assembled and getting straight to work. So here's your step-by-step tutorial. All right, let's get this set up properly. We're not designing the full site today. We're just locking in the foundation so everything connects cleanly from the start. Start by clicking the link down in the description. That'll take you directly to Squarespace to activate your free trial. So just click that to get started. Squarespace gives you two ways to begin. Choose a traditional template or use Blueprint AI. Blueprint AI is their guided setup. You answer a few questions about your site, your goals, and your style, and it builds a clean starting layout automatically. Pick your site type, choose your goals, add pages like about or contact, and select your fonts and color palette. And don't worry, everything here can be changed later. The goal is progress, not perfection. Click finish, create your accounts, and you'll land in your dashboard. Now, this is the important part. You're currently on a 14-day free trial, which means your site is private. Squarespace will keep it hidden until you subscribe and connect the domain, so think of this as setup mode. If you want the free custom domain, you'll need to upgrade to a paid annual plan. Monthly plans are fine for short-term products, but they don't include that free domain. And if you're building something that you plan to keep, like a business, portfolio, or online shop, then the annual plan usually makes the most sense and is going to give you the most value. You get the discounted yearly rate, and the domain is included for the first year. Just click subscribe and complete the checkout process. Once you're back in the dashboard, look for Get a Custom Domain or go to Settings, Domains and Email, Domains. And in there, you'll see two different options, get a domain or use a domain I own. And today we're using the cleanest route, claiming it directly through Squarespace so it connects automatically. So we'll click Get a Domain and use the search bar to find your preferred domain name. Keep it short, easy to spell, and easy to say out loud. Avoid hyphens if possible, and if a clean .com is available, it usually is the safest choice. Then add it to your cart and press continue. If you're on an eligible annual plan, you'll see the domain show as free for the first year. Confirm the details, finish checkout, and you're done. Your domain will connect automatically with no DNS settings, no external tools, because Squarespace handles the hosting and the domain in one place. And since everything lives in the same system, Squarespace manages the technical connection behind the scenes, so you don't have to deal with name servers or manual setup. And that's the real advantage of this all-in-one setup. When this is done, you can test it by opening a new tab, typing in your domain that you just registered, and hitting enter. And if all was set up correctly, then the site should load right away. You may see a default Squarespace coming soon or starter page, but the important part here is that the domain resolves correctly and connects to the site. There were no DNS records to copy, no external dashboards to manage, and no manual configuration steps. Because the domain was claimed inside Squarespace, the platform connects it to hosting automatically. And in most cases, the site becomes accessible immediately after checkout. So that's the entire setup. You started the trial, upgraded to the annual plan, and claimed the domain directly inside Squarespace. The domain is bundled with the plan, and the technical connections happen automatically inside the platform. The next step is working on the design and layout of your site. And if you're ready to move forward, click the full Squarespace Design Masterclass on screen here. That video walks you through structure, sections, and how to build the site visually. And if you haven't started yet, use the link down in the description to access the annual plan and claim the domain during setup. All right, but now the foundation is set, so now we move into design. Thanks so much for watching Website Planet, and we'll see you in the next video.